In this taco, we're going to be covering PocketBase-JSVM, what it is, why it matters, how to use it. Let's talk about it. Octavanu sent a pull request here to update to JSVM version 25, and this inspired me to do this taco. So first we're going to accept his pull request, and then we're going to jump into the code. PocketBase-JSVM is all about TypeScript typings for the PocketBase-JSVM. When you start PocketBase, inside PB data, it creates a types.dts, which you can then reference in your JSVM code. You can use that TypeScript / directive. This works really well in VS Code and in Cursor. But what if you're not running PocketBase locally? What if you're using something like the mighty pockethost and you still need to source typings? That would be an example of why you would want to use PocketBase-JSVM. One reason why you'd want to use PocketBase-JSVM, but there are other reasons. PocketBase-JSVM contains handmade corrections to some of the typings. For example, in the expand records function, by default, optional fetch function is not actually optional, but here we made it optional. That's one example. Here's another example where two different casings are available for app URL inside metaconfig. We also include a bit of goja environment typing stubs for things like process and require. So basically, we're just trying to make the developer experience in the JSVM a little cushier, a little nicer. We also include the typings for ECMAScript 2021, so there's no confusion in VS Code or Cursor or whatever editor you're using about what ECMAScript constructs are available inside the JSVM. So this is all very JSVM specific. Now that you know why you might want to use this, let's look at how to use it. You install it just as you would any other package. Imagine you've got an application that is JSVM specific. Just as if you were writing a Node.js application or a browser-based application, here you've got a Pocket-based JSVM application. You can update your tsconfig so that it knows to pull the types from Pocket-based JSVM. This will give you everything in the JSVM type definition, plus the goja definitions, plus the ECMAScript definitions, so that you have a nice, tight experience. We use a versioning strategy called upstream anchoring. There's a whole write-up about it that explains how it works and why. If you happen to be the one who finds that this package is not updated with the latest version of JSVM DTS, head down here to the contributing section. Contributing is pretty easy. Make yourself a fork, copy the latest JSVM DTS in there, reapply any patches that haven't been fixed upstream, and submit a pull request just like Mr. Octavanu did. Let's look at a practical example of adding this to a project. I have a project called Kingdom. It's a real-time online multiplayer web game powered by PocketPages. Pretty cool. Here's the source code to Kingdom. Right now, it does not have PocketBase-JSVM in here, but all of our code is running inside the JSVM. For example, we have find record by ID, but look at that, it's any. I don't have any TypeScript support in here. So let's add PocketBase-JSVM. We'll add it as a developer dependency. It just added version 25, PocketBase-JSVM. And now, just like the docs say, I'm going to create a tsconfig. The instructions here say tsconfig JSON. I'm not using TypeScript in this project, so I'm using a JSconfig instead. I've added my standard compiler options, the ones I like, and PocketBase-JSVM is one of the types that gets referenced. I point it to the files to include, and now when I go into Room.js, look at this. App has a typing. Find record by ID has typings. Now I have full JSVM IntelliSense support, and not only that, if you're using an editor like Cursor, the AI knows what to do as well. Good coding.